These new games gave me no reason to spend my time and money on them. Persona 3 Reload is just Persona 3 again, and they have some really scummy business practices with their DLCs. Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2 classics were great until they re-released them with 10 times the file size and somehow worse performance than the originals. Then there's Dragon's Dogma 2. I like the first one. I'm not a huge fan, but I can see why people love it. Unfortunately, the game runs like ass. You can't even run it properly on the Steam Deck. At least Tekken 8 is great. I am so glad that I grew up. Not because gaming is a childish hobby, but because I have higher standards for games, which is good because that saves me money to spend on other things that are more fun. Kudos to all the game companies making their games playable on the Steam Deck. I feel like that should be the bare minimum of game optimization in the current year. I guess I'm hoping too much from them. And boy, we haven't even talked about the ideologues coming into your games and being incredibly hostile to... Actually, we did a couple of times. We might continue that discussion in the next couple of videos. But for now, I just want to discuss pure gaming. I do have to emphasize this because it's very important to me as a gamer. I feel like there's a bigger issue at hand here. We have brand new games with newer technologies that let us generate frame rates and higher quality graphics. We got better compatibility with newer hardware that let us play our games with no technical difficulties. Some did it better than others. We have extensive community support that is always updated 24/7, and yet we don't see a lot of evolution on the gameplay side. In fact, in some cases, it's a deterioration, a step backward. Even the evolution on the technical side doesn't impress me. There was a time where I was impressed with how much the PS3 evolved from the PS2. Now, I don't even want to touch the PS5, not the console at least, especially when it repeats the same mistake of the PS4, making games run at only 1080p 30 on average. As I grow older, my standards are getting higher, and I'm a lot harder to impress, because games need to be better. On the bright side, it means less time and money to be spent on recent games, and more time and money to be spent on other, more useful stuff. I'm saying all that because I feel like I'm not the only one who feels jaded. I do have to clarify though, while I am not impressed with what gaming is offered as of late, I'm not super pessimistic or black-pilled about the future of gaming. I believe that a lot of entertainment media in life work like Sturgeon's Law. I think there are media that are bland, disappointing, or just straight up crap, but every year there will always be that 10% of media that makes the whole year worth it. I do have faith in the future of gaming. I mean, game developers are passionate gamers too. They believe that they're making greatness, even if it turns out to be trash or badly optimized. I think we just need to be patient. We're not in 2004 anymore, where we got bangers after bangers. 20 years later, it feels like we got stinkers after stinkers, but occasional bangers. Yeah, it could be a lot better, but a few bangers are better than none at all, and at least being barraged with stinkers makes the bangers really bang. Makes them shine even more. Before we get to the next section, I want to say huge thanks to all these wonderful people. You guys are fantastic. If you want to see your names among these legends, then check out the links down below. Just $1 and you have supported this channel immensely. Seriously, thank you so much. Now, I want to dive in deeper to why patience is important. The gaming industry has several ways to suck, and we do have to be patient before they actually deliver something of quality. So, what should we do until then? Let's start with the good old advice. Video games have been rather crap as of late. The industry is gonna crash and burn at this point, but I believe that there will always be a phoenix rising from the ashes. While we're waiting for that to happen, at least we have thousands of libraries of games spanning generations for us to play. I have been living on this planet for 26 years, and even I haven't scratched the surface of the gaming world. The same goes for non-interactive media like manga, anime, movies, series, and TV shows. In fact, a lot of the TV shows I watch are mostly already finished ones, and I ended up loving them. Some people say it's coping. Well, duh. All fiction is coping from reality. We spend way too much energy complaining about the bad fiction these days, and rightfully so, they are terrible. But that doesn't mean that we should spend time on them all the time. Life is meant to be enjoyed, and if you're not enjoying it, you're doing it wrong. And here's one benefit of playing old games compared to newer ones. They don't require super expensive or even dedicated hardware. This is the Samsung A54, an excellent mid-range smartphone that I recommend to everyone. It's been replaced by the A55 recently. I bring this up because you don't need expensive hardware to play retro games when your smartphone right now could be a retro gaming powerhouse. This is Tekken 6 running on PPS SPP on the Samsung A54 with a DualShock 4 connected via Bluetooth. The fact that this game game is able to run pretty well on this phone is quite impressive. This is Smash Bros. Melee running on Dolphin on the Samsung A54. The GameCube is more powerful than the PS2, and yet somehow GameCube and Wii emulation are better on Android. You can experiment with all sorts of emulators on all sorts of games and consoles, and yes, that's Resident Evil 4 running on Dolphin on my Samsung A54. It's so cool that it can run on this. Seriously, try it out and experiment with how good your smartphone is for retro games. It's super fun. And yes, I called the GameCube retro. That console is over 20 years old. And that's on your smartphone. Admittedly, the Android has a lot more flexibility in this department compared to iOS, but still, technology has advanced so much that you can still play games even on a potato. You just need the right games to play. When I was in middle school back in 2010, my dad gave me one of his cheap notebooks for schoolwork. It's the HP Mini 110 with an Intel Atom processor and 2 gigs of RAM. It's only for schoolwork, not for gaming, right? Wrong. It can run classic Doom, it can run Unreal Tournament. I've played Quake, Deus Ex, Half-Life, Counter-Strike, Fallout, Morrowind, System Shock 2, Diablo 2, Roller Coaster Tycoon, Lemonade Tycoon, Typing of the Dead, PS1 games, NES games, SNES, Genesis, Atari GBA, and so many more. Even to this day, this old laptop can still game. I tested a bunch of great old games on old systems. This Office PC only has a Core i5-3470, a 12-year-old CPU, and only runs Intel UHD graphics. No, it's not gonna run Fortnite, but it can run Tekken 6 on PSP and so many other retro PC games that are still worth playing to this day. If you're still running on a potato, that still doesn't mean you can't game. If it can run Windows, it can definitely game. It just needs the right games. I want to do some laptop testing in the future. I mean, gaming PCs are great, but some people are more suited to laptops than PCs, like me. Speaking of PCs, I do want to answer something that I brought up years ago, but I haven't brought it up again. Where was that PC that I built in 2018? Man, that was 4 years ago. Ever since then, the PC has gotten a couple of upgrades. We sold our old motherboard to appabend's friend, we bought ourselves a proper ASRock B450 motherboard, and we changed the case from a Cougar to an NZXT H510. Still a super awesome case. appabend used to main this PC for a while, until he had to go to college. At that point, he got himself a Lenovo Legion gaming laptop. Now my dad is using the PC. I love how now he's getting tech hand-me-downs from me. It used to be me getting his hand-me-downs, notably with the GOAT that was the HP Mini. Ironically, I also don't move a lot compared to when I was in college, so why didn't I take the PC back? Because my MSI GP66 laptop is my PC now. It pretty much stays there. My work laptop is the MSI Cyborg 15 that I bought because the GP66 broke for a while, and now it's fine. And that's my setup. But seriously, I've had this dilemma and conversation almost every year by this point. I made a similar video when I decided to play the PS3 instead of going up to the PS5 back in 2020. The state of gaming at the time was not great, and I was hoping that I could get some bangers in a couple months while I played some PS3 games. I still remember that video where I moved back to PS3. That was 4 years ago, back in 2020. And boy, I found some very funny statements that aged poorly in retrospect. I complained that Persona 5 is shackled on the PS4. Man, 4 years have changed quite a lot, Atlas. I mean, you're still greedy as hell, but at least you've gone multi-platform. Oh yeah, Lollipop Chainsaw is about to have a remaster. It won't be shackled to past-gen consoles anymore. At least people can now enjoy the masterpiece by Suda51 and James Gunn. Yes, that James Gunn. Unfortunately, we still have no news of Resistance, Killzone, or Infamous being brought to the next gen, but we do have Ghost of Tsushima on the PC in just a bit. Ever since that video, my PS3 has been sitting inside my cupboard doing nothing. I am too busy with work and have little time to play games. But hey, if you have a lot of time, go back one generation. It's cheaper and you'll get tons of great games. And this brings me to a question that I think a lot of game developers and companies really need to address. I hate it when game companies make their games super demanding. Dragon's Dogma 2 has a horrible PC port and runs like garbage even on consoles. Capcom has been doing so well with their PC ports lately, but this one is a huge misstep. I'm not a fan of the latest gen consoles, but they do have a place in gaming as a whole. The consoles should be a game developer's bare minimum. Heck, the Steam Deck should be the bare minimum. If a Steam Deck can't run it, then keep on optimizing. I don't like this trend where game companies got lazy with their optimization and turned their brand new super demanding games to run at 1080p 30 on consoles. We're just repeating history. By that point, the consoles need an upgrade, which means more money to spend. I'd rather spend them on anything else. Retro gaming sounds fun. And that's all for the video today. It's all over the place, but I feel like I need to say all that to comment on the state of gaming right now. If you like this video, please don't forget to click the like button and subscribe for more. Don't forget to check out my stream channel, link down below. Go subscribe. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time.